Welcome back, everybody. Gary here. And no, I'm not trying to look cool right now with my sunglasses. It's just the sun's finally out. It's been over a week since the sun's been out. And now, as you can see, there's a fresh blanket of white reflective snow on the ground. So it messes with my eyes. I went out earlier this morning to get some firewood, and time I came back inside and had my sunglasses on, I felt like I was a blind man walking around in the house. So I didn't want to do that to myself this time. So for the video purposes, I'm going to be wearing my sunglasses. Sounds like there's a deer snorting at me. Well, there was. But anyway, today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different since there is a fresh little blanket of white snow on the ground. I'm going to be walking around the property and see what kind of animal tracks we can find. So let's get into it. All right, so here's our first little track here. If you guys already guessed what this is a cat track. This is one of my cats. It's actually one of my newer cats. He just showed up here on the property about a week before Christmas. So someone dropped him off, unfortunately, and he hasn't left the property since. But he's a very friendly cat. His name's Tiger. That's what we named him. And yeah, this is his little track right here. You see his little pads and his four little pads up top there. But yeah, he's a good little fella. All right, so here's our next track here. And some of you probably already know what this is. This is actually a rabbit track. And as you can see, these two front tracks here is actually the rabbit's back legs. And then these are his front legs right here. And he's actually running this way. But when rabbits run, their back legs actually go forward. They land forward, and their front legs always land behind their back legs. So as you can see, if you follow this track, he's taking some pretty big jumps here. So here he goes. He goes from here and he jumps all the way over to here. And here, it's a little bit harder to tell, but as you can see, there's his back legs again. And back here is his front feet, and he's actually going up. And as you can see, here's another example of the rabbit. And I forgot to mention, these are cottontail rabbits, so they're not as big as some of the other rabbits here in North America. But yep, another cottontail running on through. All right, so here's our next set of tracks here. They're actually moving this way. And these are actually deer tracks. This is definitely a young deer. It's not that big. But as you can see, she's definitely strutting. Look, she's actually leaving like a little mark from her hoof as she's walking. She's really strutting through here. But let's find a better example of this track to show you guys. So let's just keep following here. Here's a nice little example right here. You can see the left hoof and the right part of the hoof there. A little indentation that separates the hoofs in the middle there. Let's just keep following it. Let's see where she ends up going. Another good example there of the hoofs. Oh, it looks like she slipped. Slipped right there. Yeah, it looks like she ends up walking up this ridge all the way up to the top there. And I do see deer up there a lot in the evenings, so that would make sense. So it looks like here we have a squirrel, and this is very similar to a bunny track, but as you can see, the the groupings are a lot closer together as a squirrel. You know, as you can imagine, a squirrel just bouncing through here. But yeah, not as big. All right, so this one is real little. To me, this looks like a little chipmunk, but it could be a little squirrel, a young squirrel. Here we go. We got another deer track here, and this one's a lot bigger than the one I showed at first. You see, there's my hand next to it. So this one is a lot bigger. You see his two hoofs, and he's walking that way. So here we have a lot of squirrel activity right in this area. As you see, they're running up and down the ridge here. I guess they're feeding, but yeah, they're all coming right through here. All right, as you can see here, this is some sort of bird. I don't know what type of bird this is, but as you can see, he's got his little ski feet on here. They're not the best looking tracks to identify, but you can definitely tell this is some sort of bird. You know, it's been bouncing through here. Now this is pretty interesting. I have no idea what this is. It looks like it came through here during the snow, because as you can see, it's covered up a little bit by snow. And it's definitely moving this way. And to me it looks more like a paw print. But I can't, like I said, I can't tell. All right, so I found some better bird tracks here. As you can, now you can actually see what the bird tracks look like here. Now, I don't know what type of bird this is, but it's pretty cool. It's definitely some sort of bird, obviously, but now you get a better understanding of what a bird track looks like in the snow. And here's a better example of a squirrel. As you can see, his little feet here. You can almost make out the claws, his little claws that's on his feet. But yeah, there's a little better reference of a squirrel track. All right, so here's another deer track. Another big fella, or a big doe. This might be actually a buck. Pretty big. You can definitely see his big hoofs. Pretty cool looking ones right there. Actually have some ice crystals in there from the cold weather. Looks like they went right up this ridge. Now this is here's that weird track again. I do not know what this is. It almost looks like a paw print to me. As you can see, he went this way. It's weird, it's right by these deer tracks. So here's a deer track, and then some sort of weird paw. If you guys know what that is, let me know down in the comments. That's definitely some sort of paw. Maybe a coyote. It's gotta be like a coyote, right? I'm not sure. So I come to a conclusion that this is either a coyote track or a fox. I just did some Google imaging, and they both kind of, I mean, it's kind of hard to tell. It's not the freshest track I've come across so far, but it's either a fox or a coyote. But I will say, I haven't seen any foxes since I've been living here, but I do hear a lot of coyotes at night, so I'm going to assume that this is a coyote track, even though it's not the best reference right here. But you can see the back pad here, then you got the left and the right pads, and then up top here there's two pads up here, and to me that looks like a coyote track. And after doing the research, it kind of resembles the coyote pad. So all right, so here we go again. Here's another one. This one may be the best one I've found so far, but as you can see, there's the back pad, left pad, the right pad, and then up here you can almost see a claw, one of his front claws right there, off of one of his top pads, his toes. Maybe two claws right there. But the more I look at these, the more and more I'm thinking these are actually coyote tracks. And they are pretty big. So my three fingers side by side actually would fit inside of this track, to kind of give you a reference guide on how big that is. Now there's a pretty fresh deer track. That was probably earlier today. That boy came through here. Deer tracks everywhere though out here. That's mainly what I'm seeing around here is deer tracks, which is awesome. Look at that. That's gotta be a coyote. That thing's huge. That's the biggest one I've seen yet. Get on to something here, guys. Deer tracks. And we got this fella coming through as well. Deer track. Paw print. Obviously, these are Bigfoot tracks right here. Check them out. Bigfoot does exist. Oh my God, guys, you're not gonna believe this. Look what I found. Mothman was here. Oh shit. Yeah, so get outside, guys, and see who's hanging around your property. But I appreciate you guys for watching, and a big shout out to all the new subscribers. I appreciate you guys for subscribing. That really helps my channel grow, obviously. And if you guys are new here, and if you're liking the content, I highly suggest you subscribe as well. I really appreciate it, guys. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. And again, thanks for watching. Catch you guys next time.